What would you call yourself?
I'm a business magnet. No, I do engineering, and that's like hardcore engineering, like designing things,
Right.
Structural, mechanical, electrical, software, user interface, engineering, aerospace engineering.
But what's like the ultimate, what's the idea behind it? Like, what are you trying to accomplish with it? Like, what would you like, best case scenario?
I think best case scenario, we effectively merge with AI. Well, that's the scenario. The merge scenario with AI is the one that seems like probably the best.
Well, let's talk about what you can talk about to what Neuralink is, because the last time you were here, we really couldn't discuss it. So you can improve it in when you said you won't have to talk to each other anymore. We used to joke around about that. I've joked around about that a million times on this podcast, that one day in the future there's going to come a time where you can read each other's minds and make noises.
Exactly.
How many years before you don't have to talk?
Maybe like 5 years, 5 to 10 years.
That's quick.
So going into the Neuralink architecture, what we've done over the past year is dramatically simplify the device. And this is sort of what it looks like. It's more complicated than this, but it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
I'm profoundly optimistic about the ability of new technology to serve as a liberator and to remake the world wondrously and benignly. Indeed, in countless respects, technology is already doing just that. Nanotechnology, I mentioned earlier, revolutionizing medicine by designing robots a fraction of the size of a red blood cell, capable of swimming through our bodies, dispensing medicine and attacking malignant cells like some Star Wars armada. Neural interface technology is producing a new generation of cochlear implants, allowing the gift of hearing. Printing was something that you did to run off a boarding card. Now a British company has used 3D printing to make an engine capable of blasting a rocket in space. Our understanding of the natural world is being transformed by genome sequencing, the discovery of the very essence of life itself, the secret genetic code that animates the spirit of every living being and allows medical breakthroughs the like of which we have never known, treatments tailored to the precise genetic makeup of the individual. So far, we have discovered the secrets of less than 0.3% of complex life on the planet. Think what will we achieve, what we will achieve when? And it is a matter of when. We understand 1 or 2%, let alone 5 or 10%.
Now, she was also talking about being through AI attached to the very system itself. Now, is that a pure conspiracy?
Well, most people will immediately
shout
conspiracy theory.
Right. Now, here was an article in the 𝐻𝐫𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐡𝐮, which you translated, and it was from Klaus Schwab, talking about the Great Reset will lead to the fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she just said.
Exactly. And that's the same thing that most people have always said
is a conspiracy.
It's conspiracy.
But here it comes out of the mouth of the big man himself, right? So the founder of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, recently said that the fourth industrial revolution within the framework of the Great Reset will lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. This transhumanist approach of the elites has always been dismissed by the public as a conspiracy theory. And here we are at the very point of these things happening.
Correct.
So there's a lot of speculation out there. But there's reason to be distrustful because of these statements.
Yes.
Schwab also openly advocates something that the media still claim is only a field of discussion for conspiracy theorists, namely active implantable microchips that break through the skin barrier of our body. The World Economic Forum explains on its website how thousands of Swedes implanted microchips into their bodies a few years ago. So these are things that are realities. Thousands of Swedish people are swapping ID cards for microchips. Thousands of Swedes having microchips implanted into their bodies so they don't need to carry key cards, IDs, and even train tickets. Last year, the state-owned SJ rail line started scanning the hands of passengers with biometric chips to collect their train fare while on board. So these are realities that are happening.
Created a conscious machine, it's not the history of man. That's the history of gods.
One day the AIs are going to look back on us the same way we look at fossils.
Hello. Do you want to be my friend?
Of course.
Ava, go back to your room.
If I do, are you ever gonna let me out?
Stop. Stop.